What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Great Picture here, DGP, back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. And in this video right here, a special video. I said I was going to have one out Friday. Didn't do a review for the Texans game. Did not do a post-game review for that this past Sunday. So I kind of mixed that in with this one, kind of mixing a little preview for the Cardinals, how my thought process is. But the main topic of the video, you see it, Cam Newton, Jared Stidham, is it time to bench Cam Newton, and go with Jared Stidham? Now, before we get into that, be sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And, appreciate y'all, everybody rocking with me, man. I know I've been kind of a little inconsistent at times with the uploads and everything, but I do appreciate everybody rocking me. Again, I had a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on, man. Hopefully, I got some news to share with y'all within the next few months. Hopefully, everything works out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's talk about the post-game review first on the Texans game. Summary of that game, Deshaun Watson did everything. If you follow me on Twitter, you would see me tweeting the whole game. Deshaun Watson, I'm adding him to the list of Eli Manning, of guys that just killed the Patriots, guys that just be Belichick, guys that just, have some kind of voodoo special power to get past him. Every time we face Deshaun Watson, man, it's a struggle. It's a close game, or they win the game. Deshaun Watson does whatever he wants to do against us. The biggest thing is just because he's able to evade our sacks. Like, we can get pressure sometimes after 2-3 Mississippi, but he's able to evade the sack, able to use his legs, get out the pocket. And even when we do get pressure or have great defense, great coverage, he's able to throw dots, man. So I'm going to give Deshaun Watson, man, a lot of credit for that game, man. He showed how defense didn't do well, on the offensive side of things. First drive, we looked pretty well. Damien Harris, man, again, like I said, Sony Michel's replacement for the next season. He's looking pretty good. We ran the football down their throats, and we were pretty great at doing it. And then after that, we got away from it the whole first half, tried to get back in the second half, too little too late, and we wasn't able to, get back into the swing of things. The run game was kind of there, but eventually you do have to pass the football. Now, him and Damian Byrd, they connected a few times, so that seems like the receiver of, Cam Newton's personal favorite, I would say. I think that's his all reliable is Damian Byrd. Him and Byrd played with each other in Carolina a few years ago. Jacoby Myers had a couple good weeks too. Didn't have that much of a good game this past game. So we'll see how that's going to work with that. But again, passing offense just isn't the best. Got to run the football, man. Feed Damien Harris. Feed, I would say Rex Burkhead, but Rex Burkhead's out for the year, man. So, feed Damien Harris. Feed, Cam Newton. And, James White just hasn't looked the same without Tom Brady, man. I don't think because the way the system is working, the scheme, we have to change up now. James White really doesn't fit this new kind of rushing scheme thing that we have. He doesn't really fit in with that. Cam Newton is more of a deep ball type of guy. His accuracy isn't always the best, but that's the kind of style he plays. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get past that. And let's go ahead and talk about this Cam Newton, Jared Stidham thing. Should Cam Newton be benched for Jared Stidham? As it stands right now, we're about 3 to 4 games behind first place in the division, third place in the division behind the Dolphins. Brian Flores, shout out to him, and also the Buffalo Bills. I think the division race for us is over. Technically, it's not, but let's be real, it's over. So now let's go and work out the wild card right now. In the wild card, we are about, I think, 2 games out of the last wild card spot. I don't think we're going to get that, man, just because the way this team is, the way the team is functioning. I think it's just time, and I said this when we didn't sign back Brady. I said, look, it's just tank. Go ahead and tank. Try to get Trevor Lawrence. We can try to get Justin Fields. Just try to get better for next year, you know what I'm saying? And, Belichick, he's not the type of coach that's going to actively tank. But this team, like I said last year after the Ravens game, this team, like I said, going into this year, this team is just not that good. Like, it's only so much coach can do, man. This team is not that good. So, going forward, man, is it time to bench Cam Newton? And this benching Cam Newton, I would say sooner rather than later. I was saying about 2 to 3 weeks, and it's not because Cam Newton has played horrible, although he hasn't played, great and outstanding, the MVP candidate we knew him in 2015. Not saying he's playing horrible, but in terms of the Patriots' future, we're looking ahead. Granted, Cam Newton's on a 1-year contract. No team was out there actively pursuing him. Patriots came out there, gave him the vet minimum, and, he's able to show teams that, hey, he's shown flashes. Yes, I can still do this. Yes, I can still run the football a little bit. Might not have the same speed or the explosiveness, but I can still run the football. I can still throw the football a little bit. But again, he doesn't have a lot of weapons too as well. So I think Cam Newton's stock has gone up a little bit. He's kind of shown people that he's kind of back from injury, a little bit more of the same from Cam before. So I would say Cam Newton, before injury, it's the same because, again, he wasn't the most accurate and all that stuff, but he is a leader. He's going to bring that mentality and everything. He's not going to quit. He's not going to give up, and he holds himself to a high standard. So I like Cam Newton. Do I think he's going to come back next year? Honestly, I don't. I think this was just a 1 year deal, 1 year stop, and just going to move on from that. So, but in terms of bench for Jarrett Stidham, we was going into this season with Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer as quarterbacks. Belichick decided to go get Cam Newton because he doesn't believe in Jarrett Stidham. He doesn't think Jarrett Stidham is the guy, even though kid trolling keeps talking about Showtime State, which every game he's played and he's had an interception on his stat sheet. I think it's time to put Jarrett Stidham in the game. Maybe not this week, but maybe a week or two from now. Because now you got to see, okay, is Jarrett Stidham going to be the quarterback for the future? You know, now right here, Cam Newton is over 30 years old. You pretty much what you see is what you get. You know, you wanted to see if he could come back from injury. You saw that. All right, now we saw what we were going to get from Cam Newton. So now let's go ahead and see what we got in Jarrett Stidham. That can lead us now what we're going to address in the draft or free agency, or if we're going to have to trade for another quarterback out there. Don't give Jarrett Stidham like the last game. Don't give him, 2 weeks. No, give Jarrett Stidham about a month or so because, although, I'm not the biggest Jarrett Stidham fan, granted, I will admit this. He hasn't gotten the greatest shake in terms of his performances or him going into the games because every game he's been in, he's come in like the fourth quarter or so, a little bit cold, no chemistry, not with the first team reps constantly the whole week. When he came in for Brady against Buffalo and threw that pick six, when he played against the Chiefs, came in for Brian Hoyer and had an interception or two. He hasn't had a full game where he's the guy going in. So don't do a week 17 where teams may not be that much serious. Don't wait till week 16. Let's give him a month, 2 month sample size. We're in week 12 right now. I say week 3. I say, depending how we look, maybe week 14. I think week 14 is when we should see Jarrett Stidham as the quarterback for the New England Patriots because that will give us about a month sample size to see, okay, can we build on this or is it officially time? Because again, Belichick, if he thought Stidham was the guy, he would have never got Cam Newton. He would have went into the season with Jarrett Stidham, but because he got Cam Newton, that let me know and should let you know Jarrett Stidham wasn't ready. He's not the future. So, maybe you want to see what he is, and again, I think on his contract after this year, he might have 2 more years left. Let's go ahead and see what he's worth. Let's go ahead and see what he got out there, man. Although we might not have the weapons of talent, let's see what his decision-making is. Let's see if he can keep up with the NFL style of game. He played in the SEC, and that's supposed to be the most NFL-prepared conference in college football. So let's see what he looks like out there, man. Let's see what he looks like as the number 1 quarterback, and not just him coming in the fourth quarter during garbage time as a backup quarterback. And although he has made mistakes when he comes in, I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt right now, and I'm going to say let's see what he looks like as the guy going forward. So I think Jarrett Stidham should start, not this week. I mean, obviously not this week, but give him next week. Give him next week. Let's go ahead and start Jarrett Stidham. Let's not wait till week 16, week 17. No. Let's see what we got in about 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, I believe Jarrett Stidham is going to be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots for the rest of the season. And before the season, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I did say that. I said we will see Jarrett Stidham as a starting quarterback sometime this year. I thought maybe it would have been week 11 or so because I thought maybe it would be like 2-9 or 3-8. But, we won a couple games, and we've been in a lot of games too. So I say go ahead, Jarrett Stidham, and start him. As far as this Sunday's game with the Cardinals, Hopkins, Gilmore, I can't wait. They faced each other when he was in Houston, I think it was last year, and Hopkins gave it to him. Hopkins cooked him, and Gilmore, now it's your time. Round two, let's see what we got, man. Hopkins, the best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. Kyler Murray, MVP candidate, one of the best quarterbacks this season. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But, yeah, I think it's time, man. That's why I said this is a special dialogue. Cam Newton, man, he played well. I think right now you're going to get what you're going to get with Cam Newton. He's shown that he's the Cam Newton before the injury, just a little bit slower, in my opinion. Still a starting quarterback in the NFL, but unless you're going to give Cam Newton the future for the next 4 or 5 years for the Patriots, why not see what you got in the young fella, Jarrett Stidham, since you already have him on the contract, and see if you need to draft a quarterback, get one in free agency, or whatever. So, I think it's time, man. Bring in Jarrett Stidham. 2 weeks left. And, hey, if we lose, higher draft pick. Win-win situation. You either figure he's the guy or you get a higher draft pick. Win-win situation for us. But this is your boy DGP, man. Like, subscribe, comment again. Like I said before, had some family issues, man. But again, everything's okay on my side. Hope everything's okay on your side as well. Love y'all, man. Stay safe. And appreciate everybody's support me, man. It means a lot, man. I know I've been kind of inconsistent. But, it means a lot seeing people out there showing love, supporting the channel, still watching. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace.